LestatYGO here, hope you guys are doing well. Today we're going to be profiling my Blue Eyes deck, post Phantom Nightmare. If you enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below, I always enjoy interacting with you, and please consider subscribing for more awesome content. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. First, we're playing triple copies of the Blue Eyes White Dragon, Heart and Soul of the deck. I mentioned this in my last couple of videos. Normally I would play two of this, but because this deck requires so much discarding in order to activate monster effects and spell effects, we need to max out on this. And searching these are really easy. We're playing one copy of the Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, pretty much a free extender to go into your synchro monsters. It also has a neat pop effect as well, which could be used to bait out certain hand traps, like Imperm and Veiler. We're playing triple copies of the Dictator of D, which is pretty much our Magician Souls of the deck. We're mainly using it to revive our Blue Eyes monsters. And then we're going to be tuning it with Sage to go into our level 5 Synchro. We'll get to the Synchro portion here in a bit. Sage is here to search for a White Stone of Legend. This is how we're going to get our draw loop going. That way we can continue to combo off. We're going to be playing one copy of the White Stone of Legend. Again, we're using it as discard fodder to search for Blue Eyes White Dragons, and then using those as discard fodder. We're playing one copy of the White Stone of Ancient. This is mainly in here to send off Dragon Ravine. That way we can special summon the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon during the end phase. As you guys know, Jet Dragon's able to recur itself after cards on the field are destroyed, and then you can also bounce a card to your opponent's hand during the battle phase. So really neat card. We're playing one copy of the World Chalice Guard Dragon. Pretty much an extender, one of the key pieces in our combo. We'll get into that here in a little bit. For the newest edition of the deck, we're playing one copy of the Chaos Emperor Dragon, Envoy of the End. This is mainly in here to go into our rank 8s. With Chaos Dragon Levianeer, it required 3 monsters in order to allow us to extend. And we're playing a lot more attributes now, so pulling that off is more difficult. So I'm just playing Chaos Emperor Dragon because it's easier to summon. And not only that, it's also good again in time. We're playing triple copies of the Melody of Awakening Dragons. This is just here to search for big dragons. Triple copies of the Trade-In. We are playing a lot, and I mean a lot of level 8s. So this card is actually pretty good in this deck. For Revival and Protection, we're playing triple copies of Return of the Dragon Lords. One copy of our World Legacy Guard Dragon. This is just here to set up our link plays, and it's easily searchable with one of our synchro monsters. One copy of Dragon Ravine. As I mentioned earlier, we're mainly going to be pitching a card from our hand to send our White Stone of Ancients to the graveyard. That way we can get Jet on board during the end phase. We're playing one copy of Synchro Rumble. We could either revive one of our tuners or one of our level 7 or 8 Dragon Synchro monsters in our graveyard. And if Synchro monsters would happen to be destroyed, we can banish this from our graveyard instead. So it's a neat little pseudo Return of the Dragon Lords. And for what we've been waiting for, the Horus package. We're playing triple copies of Insetti. You could discard this on another card to search for your King Sarcophagus, and then right afterwards, draw a card. And if you guys don't know, as long as you control King Sarcophagus or a card with that name, you're able to revive your Horus monsters from the graveyard. We're playing one copy of the Blessing of Horus. This is able to gain 1200 attack and defense for every Horus monster on the field with different names. We're mainly going to be using this to go into our rank 8s. We're playing one copy of Happy. Again, this is mainly going to be used for our rank 8s, but if cards on the field are destroyed, you're able to recycle cards back into your deck. And for the newest edition of the deck, we're playing triple copy of Horus, the Black Flame Deity. This card is so good. If you control a Horus monster and King Sarcophagus, you can reveal this card in your hand, target a card you control, and one card your opponent controls, get rid of both of them, and if your King Sarcophagus and Horus monsters would be destroyed, you can special summon this card from your hand, and then send all other monsters on the field to the graveyard. So this is a really, really nice removal card. Highly recommend at least giving it a try. We're playing triple copies of the Walls of Imperial Tomb. An excellent card in my opinion. Whenever you activate this card during your main phase, you can search for one of your Horus monsters and then place one card from your hand to the bottom of your deck. So if there's a combo piece that you need to search later in your combo, but you end up drawing it, once you search your Horus monster, you're able to place that combo piece to the bottom of your deck, and then later on you can search it. This card is also treated as King's Sarcophagus. Speaking of, we are playing 2 copies of the King's Sarcophagus. Up to 4 times per turn, you can send a card from your hand to the graveyard to send a Horus monster from your deck to the graveyard. So really good for setting up those rank 8 plays. And not only that, while this card's on the field, you're able to revive your Horus monsters from the graveyard. And then once per turn, at the start of the damage step, if your Horus monster battles an opponent's monster, you could send that opponent's monster to the graveyard. So that is it for the main deck. Now, if you don't like the Horus package, you could easily take it out and play 3 Ash, 3 Imperm, 3 Nibiru, and 1 Call by the Grave. So those are my alternative recommendations. Now, getting into the extra deck, we're playing 1 copy of the World Chalice Justicar. As I mentioned earlier, you're going to be using Sage with Dictator of Dragons to synchro summon this. Whenever this card is special summoned, you're able to add a World Legacy Guard Dragon from deck to hand, and if this card leaves the field, you can special summon a World Chalice Guard Dragon from your deck or graveyard. We're playing 2 copies of the Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, my all-time favorite synchro monster in the game. This card is freaking awesome. So you can tag out for any light dragon synchro monster from your extra deck. We all know Azure Eyes, but this can also tag out for your Crimson Dragon, which I can get to here in a little bit. This card is able to shut down a graveyard effect and prevent your opponent from special summoning 2 monsters at the same time. So really great card. 1 copy of Azure Eyes. If you're playing Blue Eyes Synchro, you're pretty much, this is an essential piece to the deck. This will protect your dragons until the end of the next end phase, and during your standby phase, you're able to revive a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your graveyard. Now getting into the Synchro monster, we're playing 1 copy of the Crimson Dragon. So when this card Synchro Summon, you can add your Synchro Rumble from deck to hand, and then you can target one of your level 9 dragons, return this to the extra deck, and then special summon a level 9 Synchro Dragon from your extra deck. Such as your Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, which is pretty much your negate. For a generic level 9 Synchro, we are playing 1 copy of Ravenous Crockett Dragon. You are able to pitch 2 cards from your hand to destroy 1 card on the field. So let's say you open up with Horus monsters and you have a King Sarcophagus on the field. You could just pitch these 2 as cost, revive those Horus monsters from your graveyard, and now you have 2 to 3 monsters on board. Whenever this card is Synchro Summoned, you can draw a card for each non-tuner used as material. So really good. And if you target this with Crimson Dragon, Crimson Dragon's effect will still resolve because it is a level 9. I'm not playing Trishula because I decided to take that out for the Super Star Slayer Star Crisis. I felt like this card came out more than Trishula, but pretty much if your opponent special summons from the extra deck twice during the turn or turn after, you can special summon this by using a card on your field as material. This can shut down the effects of monsters with 3,000 or more attack, and it can also remove a card on the field. So really, really good card. We're playing 1 copy of the Zombie Vampire. We're mainly going to be using our Horus monsters to go into this, because when we do, we're able to detach material, send the top 4 cards of each player's deck to the graveyard, and if there are any monsters milled, we're going to be able to special summon them to our field. So really good card. 1 copy of Hope Harbinger for the Spell Negate. For generic Link monsters, we're playing 1 copy of Striker Dragon. 1 copy of Pisty, which is able to revive a monster from your banish or graveyard. 1 copy of Protector. Well, this is just here to help you free up space on your field. That way we can go into more cards like Dragoon Knight Romulus, which is able to search for your Dragon Ravine. Not only that, if you Synchro Summon to a zone this card points to, You can special summon a monster from your hand, but it cannot be used as link material. So let's say we have a Blue Eyes White Dragon in our hand, and we're somehow able to go into Blue Eye Spirit Dragon by summoning to a zone this card points to. Romulus's effect will trigger, allowing you to summon that Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand. So, really good card. Last but not least, for the extra deck, we'll play one copy of Heretic Seal for the interruption. Sometimes I will side in Quakimaru Drago. A lot of casual players tend to play light and dark attribute decks, so it is a good way to lock out your opponent if you need to. This concludes today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to learn how to play the deck, check out my last several Blue Eyes videos. They all showcase the same combo. The combo is timestamped within those videos. Again, if you guys enjoy this, be sure to give it a like. Leave a comment down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. And please consider subscribing for more awesome video content. Also, hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live and upload. And until next time, I hope you have a great week. And hopefully I'll see you guys soon.